up, guys? It's your boy Alex, and welcome back to the Brave Lionheart channel. More specifically, welcome back to some more movie news. I know it's been a long time since I did any movie news updates, and I know a lot of people probably already know about the big updates and stuff like that, and some other stuff. And this is something I've actually got a lot of reviews planned for the past movies that have actually come out, but I had a plan of basically waiting a bit longer to review certain movies that came out because I figured wait till a lot of people have already seen the movies and then probably, start talking about reviews. But I've got a big one planned for you guys that I know a lot of you are excited for. You'll probably know it because I've talked about it a lot with update news and stuff like that, but let's just not waste any time and let's jump right into the video. So yes, we've got some more updates, but more specifically, we've got updates for trailers. A lot of trailers have dropped recently this past week in July, and I was planning on doing trailer breakdowns for them, but that would have taken way too long, so I figured I'd give you the best updates, I'd give you what I thought of the trailers of certain films that have come out, and I think some of you might have already known, and a lot of you actually talked about a certain one that's coming out, which is actually the first one we're going to be talking about today. And it's something I'm actually really, really excited for. So if you couldn't tell already, you know what? I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to drop it out and say it. We're actually getting a crossover movie with that stuttering dog himself and the freaked out dog, well, pink freaked out dog all the time. Yes, we're finally getting a Scooby-Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog crossover. I'm so excited! Yes, you have heard me right, folks. We are finally getting a crossover with Scooby-Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog. Now, sadly, this movie is straight to DVD that I did find out when I watched the trailer for it, but that doesn't matter. This actually is a Scooby-Doo crossover we've all been looking forward to, and I am super excited to be seeing this, and actually seeing Courage the Cowardly Dog again after all these years, after only having a few seasons of his show, and I'm excited to see that he's in a different animation style. Well, granted, it's the Scooby-Doo animation style, but it's still awesome! Now, interestingly enough, I do believe this also had to do with it being based on an old 2000 or 2009 promo that I wasn't sure was for, honestly, Courage the Cowardly Dog, the series, or the cartoon, or basically they were planning on doing a crossover series with Scooby-Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog. Like the new Scooby-Doo movies that did, where he did crossovers with other characters, like live-action characters, but in cartoon form. I might have been really wrong about that, but when I saw that promotion for it, I was hyped. Now, while I'm kind of a little bit peeved that it is straight to DVD, like most of the other Scooby-Doo films that have come out, like freaking Return to Zombie Island, a horrible sequel, I'm still kind of excited that it's actually a Scooby-Doo crossover that people wanted to see, especially me, because I'm a big fan of both cartoons. Now, we're moving away from cartoons now, and we're actually moving on to video game film updates. And no, this is not on the Illumination's Super Mario Bros. Movie. That's still in development, by the way, and other stuff. But it's actually a one that I have covered on here before, and more recently, I have reviewed. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, today we are still looking at Mortal Kombat! Now, not the 2020 movie update, which, by the way, is scheduled to get 2 sequels, by the way, from the director, which is what we heard. That's a little quick update for you guys who have not been keeping up with that movie. But it's actually on something that is getting a sequel to. Let me ask you all a question. You all remember the animated Mortal Kombat film? No, not The Journey Begins, that horrible animated Mortal Kombat film, but a little animated film called Mortal Kombat Legends: Scorpion's Revenge? Well, it's finally time for its sequel. And the name of the sequel is Mortal Kombat Legends: Battle for the Realms. And this one, I have been dying to see ever since what we got from the first animated Mortal Kombat movie. And honestly, the animation in this one looks so much better than the first one. Though I do still enjoy the animation from the first one a lot more, but this one, spectacularly well animated. And as for the rest of the trailer, it definitely delivered on a lot of things you'd expect for an animated Mortal Kombat sequel. Besides the blood and guts and the fatalities and everything. Well, there was minus the fatalities, but it actually sort of continued on the story from where Scorpion's Revenge left off. Sadly, that movie lacked actually a Scorpion versus Shang Tsung battle, or more specifically, a Liu Kang versus Shang Tsung, because we all know we expected to see that in a Mortal Kombat animated film. Though, we did get an interesting Scorpion versus Quan Chi fight scene out of that movie, but more specifically for this movie. So the trailer does tell us that this is basically going right after the tournament, and Shao Kahn breaks the rules, as per usual he does, and he basically declares another tournament, a more final tournament for the Battle of Earthrealm. And, interestingly enough, everyone gets to fight in this. Basically, we do get to see Raiden fight in this, which is pretty cool. Honestly, but it also does some more interesting things that it does, which I'm going to talk about real quick. And that means more and more characters. Also, we get the addition of Stryker to the good side, which is okay in my mind, and for some reason one spot of the trailer showed that it looked like Shang Tsung was joining the good team, but I think that's debatable, actually. But also one of the biggest things is we actually get a version of Raiko that actually looks like him from the games. But the two biggest things I was excited that this trailer showed was, well, first off, we get our fight between Liu Kang and Shang Tsung, which will probably happen at the end of the tournament, near the end of the movie. But also we get the rematch of Scorpion and Sub-Zero, which I do believe is also going to be Scorpion facing off against the older Sub-Zero, the older brother of Bai-Han, which is, of course, Kuai Liang. Hopefully I said that right. Now, with that being said, I know that this sequel is definitely going to be a flawless victory. You see what I did there? The flawless victory. No one understands Mortal Kombat jokes. I don't even know. But moving on to a movie that I was not excited for that is actually getting made. I really can't believe I'm going to be talking about this one. A little backstory, though, for it. You all know the book series, Clifford the Big Red Dog, right? Little lovable red puppy. Don't even know how that exists in our world or in the world that these people live in. And a little girl named Emily got him and basically, gave him so much love and affection that he grew to the size of a house. Also, he might have gotten that from some toxic radiation. I don't know. We'll have to talk about the owners about that. No, I'm just kidding. That's actually from a mad cartoon joke. Cloverfield parody. Clifford Field, I think it was called. That was the name of the parody. But yeah, that classic book series that also got turned into a popular cartoon by PBS Kids, or the PBS network, basically. Well, that's getting live action. Yeah, it's getting turned into a live action movie, which was surprisingly announced back in 2019, but no new evidence of a possible trailer for it, no possible evidence of when we could get a trailer, until today. Yep. Recently released this year, we ended up getting an official trailer for the live-action Clifford the Big Red Dog movie. And again, since it's a live-action adaptation of both the cartoon and the book series, well, more specifically the book series, it feels just like every other live-action kids movie. It's got corny jokes, a lot of pop music, and a couple of scenes of terror seeing Clifford in all CGI. And surprisingly, it's shown that he is not being voiced by anyone. It's just generic puppy dog noises, which, again, puppy dog noises are cute in real life, but when it's generic in cartoons, it's not cute. It's just degrading and annoying. Oh yeah, there also was a moment in the trailer where Clifford also ate a pug and then spat him back out. Yeah. Let that sink into your mind, people. Clifford almost ate a dog. Now, I might be wrong about this. Would that technically be, dog cannibalism? Although he did spit him back out, and then I don't know. It was a comment made in the trailer. I'm not even gonna go too far into that. Let's just move on. More specifically, let's all move on to our next movie update. And as you all know, it's a sequel to the movie Sing. Yeah, I know my singing's terrible, but I try my best. But yes, as I said in the singing of it, we're getting a sequel to Sing. Yes! Thank you, Illumination. While I do think most people didn't really like the first Sing movie, my opinion, I really enjoyed it, especially a lot of the pretty decent covers of the songs, and a lot of the voice actors, while being really talented actors and actresses, they actually could carry a tune and sing pretty good. And right off the bat, this movie actually shows us a ton of new characters for this movie. We have a wolf talent agent guy named Jimmy Crystal, and he also introduces his daughter Portia Crystal, or just Portia as he says. And I gotta say, she is honestly the cutest looking character so far in this trailer. And let's say there's gonna be some that kind of art for her, even though the movie hasn't come out yet. Also, we have a cat hip-hop street dancer. We don't really get a name for her, but we do get a couple scenes with her and Johnny in the trailer, and she does get to hear Johnny sing a bit, and yeah, Johnny still sings good. Taron Egerton still does his job being a really good singer. Awesome job, Taron. Now, of course, this wouldn't be an Illumination film without it really getting sad, and I gotta say, this next part in the trailer really got me teary-eyed. We're introduced to a longtime musician character who's a lion, basically, named Calloway, who I think is voiced by Bono. He was heavily introduced in the casting for this, and he hasn't really played his music in about 15 years. The biggest reason is because it shows a lot of pictures of him and his wife, which I already kind of figured out. His wife died. Yeah, I literally already figured it out for myself, and that's probably the saddest thing about this. It's definitely going to be the biggest part of the movie when everyone's getting back together, but this really did get me teary-eyed, and I felt so bad for this character. Yeah, never really thought an Illumination movie would get me to cry that much, but dang, Sing 2, you did. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for this sequel to come out, knowing that it's probably going to be a lot sadder than the first one. Gosh dang, I didn't really think that part would actually get me teared up a lot. Oh, by the way, if no one knows who Taron Egerton is, some of you in the comments might know who he is. You might remember him from a little film franchise known as Kingsman. He played the main lead in that movie. Ah, who knew? He doubles as a spy and a singer. Real nice career choice, man. But now moving on, we will move on to the final bit of movie news update. But I figured I'd give you a little line to lead us into it. Now, you're gonna see what I see. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we finally got our official trailer to Don't Breathe 2. For those of you that don't know, Don't Breathe, the first Don't Breathe was basically about 3 kids breaking into an old veteran blind guy's house, but not realizing how incredibly strong he is and how real perceptive he is, even though he's been, blind all his life. Well, now we finally get the sequel, and this one's a little different because we're actually following the blind veteran as the main character of this movie, as he's trying to go against a couple of thugs that kidnapped his niece or daughter. Not really sure what they showed us in the trailer, but honestly, this was a really good trailer. It feels kind of weird that we're jumping from, a standard horror film to more of an action thriller film with a little bit of jump scares in it. But I will say, one of the coolest parts I did see in this trailer was as he was laying down, we got to see him, laying in a puddle of water, and as they stepped towards him, he had that puddle, little bit of ripples of water come close to him, and he was able to sense them. That was Yeah, I will say a little different from the first movie, but I'm excited to see this either way, which, by the way, it will be coming out August, guys, so I hope you're all ready for that. Well, anyway, thank you all watching for this movie update. Let me know in the comment section which of the movies you guys heard about for updates you're excited for. I know a few I'm really excited for, and again, don't worry, I will get to reviews of movies that have come out this past July and try to get to them as I can. Anyway, with that being said, thank you all for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, click that notification bell to never miss a new video, doing new videos once a week, and try to get some new content out there. By the way, I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!